let's go to my guests. Anshul Avjit joins me. He's Congress's spokesperson. Sanju Verma is BJP spokesperson. Dr. Sanjay Kumar is spokesperson JDU. And Dr. Naval Kishore is spokesperson RJD. So all the four major parties, national and regional in Bihar are joining us. Appreciate all of you joining us. I want to come one by one to each of you. Anshul Avjit, to you first, because the real headache at the moment seems to be in the Mahagathbandhan. The BJP has gone at least and announced 71 seats, including their candidates. The Congress is still having its CEC without clarity on how many seats you will contest. So there seems to be some confusion in the Mahagathbandhan, which should have been settled surely days ago. It's all very last minute.
This is not the real contest, whether they announce it a couple of hours earlier. And anyway, you saw, the groaning and the grumbling within the NDA with tweets coming out. Upendra Kushwaha saying that main Ashiana wahi banaunga jahan barish hoti hai. It's not an emphatic seal of approval in their camp either. It doesn't matter. The real test, the real story is on 6th and 11th. Gathbandhan politics is what it is. I mean, you said so yourself. It's not something that the Congress party or any other party is unfamiliar with. It has its due process. Yes, there have been delays. Yes, there are bottlenecks. But eventually, it will be resolved. The CEC is going on right now. I'm not going to preempt what they're going to say. But they're going to decide and conclude before the nominations date ends. Yes, I'm sure the candidates are waiting with bated breath and their levels of nervousness must be increasing. But there's no nervousness on the party on the whole. We are mature players. We've gone and seen this before. We can handle it.
You're making it sound... No, Anshul Avjit, can you tell me how many seats the Congress is going to contest? Last time you contested 70. There's no clarity. You're saying there hai and there nahi hai. I'm asking you for some clarity therefore. How many seats are you going to contest?
The CEC is going on right now. The clarity will emerge. I am not going to second guess what they are going to say or conclude. That is why it's being held. They're empowered to make those decisions. Look, I'll tell you one thing. It's not a question of, it's also a question of number of seats, because foregoing seats for the Congress or any other party, means that you are compromising on your political interest. We don't want to compromise on the political interest while maintaining also the integrity of the Mahagathbandhan. That remains our primary goal. There is a politics of compromise, of consensus, and also a politics of sacrifice. We've done it time and again. We can do it again, but it has to be in the larger interest of the Gathbandhan. We will work accordingly, and it will be resolved in a matter of hours.
Okay, you're saying it will be resolved in a matter of hours. As I said, there hai, andher nahi hai. Dr. Naval Kishore, spokesperson RJD, can you explain? Is it that the RJD wants now to virtually call all the shots? There is also concern that one of your allies, the VIP, is even threatening to walk out of this alliance. They want more seats. This is Mukesh Sahni's party, and for viewers who want to understand VIP politics, this is a party primarily of the Malla community, important, influential, extremely backward caste. I want to understand from you, is this Mahagathbandhan intact or not? Or is the Mahagathbandhan going to split soon? Intact hai?
Rajdeep, one thing is true, and fact, that Mahagathbandhan is purely intact and united on one issue, that we are going to throw off a government which has been destroying everything of Bihar, and it is creating a situation where all kind of migration for employment, migration for education, migration for health, there is no issue of industrial development, all kind of problem we have seen. And we have already shown to the people, and people have accepted that we have given jobs. Now we want Bihar to develop in a particular way where there are all
the fact this is your agenda. Today's subject, we will discuss your agenda. I am asking you a basic question of your alliance. The voters of Bihar want to know whether if at the last moment you all are fighting for every seat with each other, how will you provide a stable government?
No, Rajiv, we are not fighting for seats. We are preparing for the best win that Bihar people will see in the time to come. And for that, we have to discuss seat by seat, how can we defeat a party which is trying to manipulate mandate. Right from you leave apart election commission, leave apart all kind of agencies. They are also trying to manipulate the mandate by putting 1,000 rupees into the accounts of women who have seen their son unemployed, who have sent their husband, whose husband has been forced to migrate to do work in the other states, and so many problems in their own life. 65% women are anemic. So to that particular community, they want to manipulate their mandate. They want to copy out agenda like 125 unit of electricity and all that kind of things.
Okay,
We
you're
want
saying
the
manipulate.
people to believe that this government is
Naval Kishore ji, I get your point. Sanju Verma, be just a little patient because I want to explain to our viewers and then I want to come to you straight away. Explain to our viewers through Akshita Nandgopal why it's such a tricky alliance on both sides. Remember, there are lots of players on both sides. Akshita will give us this explainer and then I'll come to you, Sanju Verma. Go ahead, Akshita. Tell us why Bihar is such a maha mess.
So let's break this down, Rajdeep, focusing first on the NDA, where you've got the numbers, how many seems to be sorted, who gets what. There's a bit of question marks and confusion over that. So let's put out the numbers first on our screens of what the NDA looks like right now. 50-50 between the BJP and JDU, 101 and 101 there. So a big difference here, and the big takeaway from that is clearly that the BJP is also in a commanding position now in Bihar, where they've ensured that they have an equal split, equal number, the BJP and the JDU. The other big headline that emerges is, of course, as far as the LJP is concerned. This is where there was a bit of a hiccup because Chirag Paswan was demanding a lot more, a bigger slice of the seat pie, if you will. The JDU wasn't very happy with Chirag Paswan even getting 29. Then the likes of the RLM, HAM also spoke out, saying, why aren't we getting as much as Chirag Paswan? You had Kushwaha, you had also the likes of Manji speaking out constantly saying, we're not being treated in a fair manner. But this is the numbers, essentially the formula that's been cemented and finalized. There are, however, some niggles as far as which seat goes where for the NDA too. But let's break down also what was announced today. 71 seats names were announced, Rajdeep, by the BJP today. And we've done an analysis of really the kind of representation in those seats. If you look at out of the 71, 46 seats that we've broken down, the maximum representation is to OBC, with 20 of those seats going to, in fact, OBC faces, 11 with the EBC, 9 women candidates, and 6 SC/ST. In a state like Bihar, where, of course, caste matters, representation matters, this number is very, very crucial. 46 out of the 71 is what we've broken down for you. From the NDA, let's move now to the Mahagathbandhan, where so far we don't even know how many sources. And I'll highlight again here that this is what sources tell us the formula could look like. The confirmation, maybe we'll get in a few hours. But going by what our sources are telling us, the RJD will get 135. The Congress has been pushing hard and looks like somewhere between 61 to 63 is where it will settle. Our sources telling us at this point that it could be 61. VIP, which we were just referring to, Rajdeep, Mukesh Sahni has been bargaining hard. There's been a lot of talk about what he could do next. At this point, what we're hearing is 16 for VIP. The left, we're talking about that, including the CPIML, 29 to 31 seats. Remember, the CPIML had released a first list and then withdrawn it. As far as the VIP is concerned, we're hearing 16. Will that change? If it does, the Congress reportedly is pushing that we need more seats then. But besides that, the other sticking points within the Mahagathbandhan is really about Tejaswi Yadav being the CM face. Reportedly, the Congress isn't on board and going ahead and endorsing that. But for the Mahagathbandhan, at this point, he will be the CM face. There's no announcement expected on a Deputy Chief Minister face. This despite the fact that there have been some voices within the Mahagathbandhan saying make that announcement as well. But besides that, the contentious seats, we've spoken of how many. What about the seats? A couple of them that the Congress is pushing for. You look at Kahalgaon, where the Congress is saying, give this to us because it's been their bastion till 2015, after which the Congress lost it. But they believe that this is a seat that they can hold on to. And then there is also Narkatiyaganj, huge Muslim population. So all parties see potential in that particular seat of it coming their way. So that's another big bone of contention. The other seat, the third seat in which we're seeing, in fact, some sort of a fight is, in fact, the Varsaliganj seat, which the Congress narrowly lost in 2020 And so they believe that this time, if it comes to them, if it's brought into their pocket, they can ensure a win in that particular seat. So these 3 seats, issues are there, which we'll have to see if it's ironed out. The coming hours, the Congress CEC meet, that will be crucial. But like you mentioned, Rajdeep, time is running out. Less than 48 hours to go for the nomination deadline.
Okay, appreciate you joining me there, Akshita. So clearly this is the Maha mess, and I want to come to you, Sanju Verma, because there are 2 sides to the story. There's the Mahagathbandhan story, and there's the NDA story. BJP announces 71 candidates today, but there is a suggestion that the BJP is disregarding the views of smaller allies. You've given Chirag Paswan perhaps a disproportionate number of winnable seats according to some of those small allies. Is the BJP playing Big Brother? This is your opportunity to play Big Brother in Bihar, and is that the source of the problem, ma'am?
You know, Rajdeep, good to see you in the 7 p.m. slot. I'll just say this. You know, the BJP's Central Election Committee, the BJP's Parliamentary Board is consummate, and it will decide what is in the best interest of not just the BJP, but the NDA, so that we romp home to victory despite having been in power for 20 long years. That's my first point. My second point is, look at the irony. The Mahagathbandhan, I will not call them the Mahagathbandhan, announced 18 candidates and then withdrew those names. This shows that the Mahagathbandhan is in complete disarray. Whereas look at the BJP. It has announced the list of 71 candidates, and guess what, Rajdeep? Look at the representation of various communities. 17 seats to OBCs, 11 to EBCs, 9 to women, and 6 seats currently have been given to SC/STs. So the third point I'm making is there is a fair representation of different communities, because let's get this loud and clear, the caste equation does matter. There's no getting away from it. As far as the Mahagathbandhan goes, I'm reminded, Rajdeep,
I'm glad you're saying that. I'm glad you're saying that. No, next time you tell me, I'm glad you're saying that the caste equation matters, because in the past, you know, when news anchors raise caste equations, politicians get troubled. They're saying, aap jati par focus karte ho. I'm glad you're raising caste equations.
Rajdeep, now it is time for Sanju Verma to play the proverbial victim card. मैंने सुना बाकी सब प्रवक्ताओं ने अपनी बात रखी. You did not interject even once. I know you hate this word being heckled, so I will not say I'm being heckled, but let me politely finish what I was saying.
You are caught behind the wicket.
You know, Rajdeep, this is not
Please
done.
go ahead.
I did not heckle this
No,
man.
please don't interfere,
I refuse
sir.
to debate like this.
Please don't interfere. Yes. Please put his voice down.
Thank
Go
you.
ahead. Sanju Verma, go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you, Rajdeep, for a change. It's nice to hear somebody from the other side being told, you know, have his mic down. You know, the other thing I want to say is, Rajdeep, caste equation matters. But, you know, let me complete. What I was trying to say was what JP Nadda always says about the opposition, and he's been proven right again and again and again. जो विपक्ष है, इनका तो वो हाल है, कहीं की ईंट, कहीं का रोड़ा, भानुमति ने कुनबा जोड़ा. They don't have a common ideology, we know that, but they cannot come together and forge a consensus on even moot issues. That is such an unpleasant scenario when it comes to the Mahagathbandhan. But I would like to focus on one thing. You were saying something on a show a couple of weeks back, and it resonated with me. Why the BJP-led NDA stands, you know, a very good chance of coming back to power. A, we've got the caste equation right. Upendra Kushwaha, Jitendra Ram Manjhi, Chirag Paswan, Nitish Kumar, and of course, Modi factor to hai hi. The unstoppable Modi factor is unparalleled. But more importantly, the Labharthi factor. People can say whatever they wish to say, but 10,000 rupee one-time cash transfer by way of, you know, empowering women, calling the scheme as Jivika Didis, I think that has resonated well on the ground. And don't forget one thing, Rajdeep. Last time in 2020, I'm finishing. Wait, my 2 minutes are not done. 1 minute. Last time in 2020, Rajdeep, what was the BJP's vote share? Our vote share was 19.46%. What was the RJD's vote share? 23.11%. How many seats did the RJD win? 75. How many did the BJP win? 74. We won just one seat lesser than the RJD despite having only a 19.46% vote share. What is the message I'm trying to convey to Rajdeep?
Right.
The message I'm trying to convey is BJP's ability to translate vote share into winnable seats is unparalleled. Whereas the Congress had a vote share of 9.48%. But
You made your point, ma'am. Your
19
time is up.
seats.
Ma'am, I've listened to you patiently. But there actually lies the story, Dr. Sanjay Kumar of the spokesperson JDU. You see, the BJP believes that they have a better strike rate. They had it in 2020. You had actually a very poor strike rate in 2020. You only won about 35-36% of your seats. You came down to as low as 43. Has the balance of power changed, Dr. Sanjay Kumar, between BJP and JDU? You all are contesting identical number of seats, but this has led to anger in JDU. The regional party, the chief minister's party, is giving up space to the BJP. That's why we are seeing protests outside Nitish Kumar's house.
I think Rajdeep, that's not the case. You know, we are very much united, and if we are working as an alliance, then we have to take care of all the alliance members, and that is the truth behind whatever numbers, whatever seat numbers that we have distributed among our alliance. So that is the first thing. And you know, our alliance is more united than 2020, and I'm telling you, we are going to repeat 2010, and we are going to get more seats than, you know, like last time. So as a part of alliance, we are very much intact, and you know, people of Bihar, they don't want to.
Who is the dominant partner? I'm sorry, Sanjay Kumar ji, you tell me who is in every alliance there is a driver. Who is the driver? Are you saying
Nitish Kumar ji is the driver. You know,
who is the face?
Nitish Kumar.
Who is the face?
Nitish Kumar is the face. You know, it has been declared by NDA, all the NDA partners several times, and he is on the driver's seat. So JDU is, of course, Nitish Kumar is the face, and then there are alliance partners that is driving the entire election.
Okay. You know, that is interesting, because while here the JDU spokesperson is very clear that Nitish Kumar is the face, the truth of the matter is on the other side, Anshul Avjit. Why aren't you declaring Tejasvi Yadav as your face? Okay, Anshul has left. Let's get Naval Kishore ji. Naval Kishore, you see, people want. Okay, Anshul, tell us why. Anshul, why are you not announcing the chief ministerial face? Here you've got a party like the RJD, which is a dominant player, 135 seats, the highest of any party it's contesting, and yet the Congress is reluctant to announce Tejasvi as its face. Why?
No, because this question has been resounding in newsrooms rather than among the streets in Bihar. Do you go out in the streets of Bihar and ask people if they are voting for the Mahagathbandhan or not voting for them on the basis of this question? It is you who are plagued by this question, not anyone out there. You know, the other essential question of principle is, then in Mahagathbandhan dharma, there is a particular sanctity of the particular dharma. And traditionally, the Congress has abided by that. Also, in Congress's own case, when it's fighting alone, when is the last time you remember the Congress ever announcing, in the last 75 years of electoral history, whether Congress ever announcing a CM face? Do tell me that. Even one instance, perhaps one, but that doesn't
times
make
are
the
changing.
Look, sorry?
Times are changing. You've got
the times are changing
NDA for all their troubles is very clear, according to the JDU spokesperson. Nitish Kumar will be chief minister if they win.
No. But first of all, they haven't announced it either. Ask Mr. Chirag
Okay, you're
Paswan
saying it doesn't.
Who he wants as the CM face. Look, they haven't announced it. And secondly, the parliamentary democracy, you know, the Westminster model, you all sit together after the election is over and they say, no, this is the person who's going to lead the executive. This is the first among equals. That is the principle of parliamentary democracy. That is being followed throughout. Times are changing in newsrooms, not on the ground. You please go and do your surveys on the ground. How many people are plagued by this question? And ask the NDA that particular question as well. Ask Mr. Geetam Rao Manji that question.
Okay.
No, on the ground.
Okay, Let's put that question to you, Sanju Verma. Sanju Verma, there is, let's be honest, an element of disaffection in your ranks. Whatever you may say, there's talk, just as there's talk of Mukesh Sahni drifting apart, there's talk of Upendra Kushwaha also not happy. I ask you this question, is Nitish Kumar the driver of this alliance? Is he the face? Is that a clarity? NDA wins, Nitish Kumar becomes Chief Minister?
Let me first say one thing very categorically, Rajdeep. The Congress spokesperson said, things are changing on the ground and newsrooms have a disconnect with what is happening on the ground. Let me say one thing. Ahead of Maharashtra Assembly elections in 2024, the same Congress pravaktas would debate with me and say, BJP will be wiped out. And guess what? The Mahagathbandhan, so to speak, in Maharashtra was wiped out, and the same pravaktas today have a nice big fat omelette on their face. So the Congress cabal, the Darbari ecosystem, has this ability to jump like frog on a hot tin roof and, count their chickens.
Answer my question, ma'am.
Yes, I'm coming to that. Rajdeep, like you say, Sanju Verma, show patience. As a seasoned anchor, I expect more patience of you. I will say this, Rajdeep, and now don't interject me. You can say Sanju Verma is playing it safe, but this is my answer. Ahead of Gujarat Assembly elections in 2022, I was on various debates, including on your show, and everybody told me, oh, Vijay Rupani and his team were removed barely 9 months ahead of the Gujarat elections. Nobody knows who's Bhupendra Bhai Patel. You guys are surely going to face a crushing defeat. And we came back to power, winning more than 156 seats. And we did that in Haryana also. When people say that Jat Samuday na, BJP ke saath nahi hai, Sanju Verma, the Jats are going to teach you a lesson. What happened? For the first time in Haryana's history, in recent times, BJP brought home to victory for the third time in a row. And my final point is this. Let the Congress not behave like Mungeri Lal. Mungeri Lal ke haseen sapne dekhna band kijiye. On the 14th of November, BJP-led NDA will be coming back to power because Narendra Modi has transformed anti-incumbency into pro-incumbency. It's as simple as that.
We'll wait and see what happens on the 14th of November. I must give 30 seconds each to Naval Kishore ji and Dr. Sanjay Kumar. Naval Kishore ji, let's be clear. Is this, according to Anshul Avjit, it doesn't matter who's the chief ministerial face. Janta doesn't care about chief ministerial face. You agree with that? Or do you want Tejasvi Yadav to be projected? Clear, short answer.
Rajdeep, it is open fact. There is no need of asking question. You ask anybody in Bihar, any voter in Bihar, they will say that Mahagathbandhan Chief Minister faces Tejasvi Yadav. He has done many things for the people of Bihar, many things particularly for the youth of Bihar, and you've seen that. The 17 months of government, you have seen that how he has acted for the development of Bihar. He has changed the total political vocabulary of Bihar, and that is what is bothering to the BJP. BJP तो इतनी घबरा गई है कि 20 साल का इंटरव्यू
No, Sanju Verma, you can't now interject.
करने के लिए 10,000 महिलाओं को दे रही है, जिनके बेटे को नौकरी नहीं मिल रहा है, जिनके पति को मजदूरी करने के लिए दिल्ली और बॉम्बे जाना पड़ रहा है, जहाँ पर कोई उद्योग नहीं है, ये तो सच्चाई है भारतीय जनता पार्टी की. That is what is bothering.
नहीं, but सवाल ये है ना, ये सब ठीक है, लेकिन नौकरियां कहाँ? That's another debate which we will have. कि नौकरियां का, we will have the big Bihar jobs debate on another day. But I want to leave it with Dr. Sanjay Kumar, who's patiently listened. Dr. Sanjay Kumar, I want an honest answer. Are you happy that Chirag Paswan has emerged stronger? Many believe 29 seats, many of them winnable. Last time he was seen to undercut the Janata Dal United. Now he's being propped up. Are you satisfied with Chirag Paswan emerging in such a in a stronger role?
Of course, it's not a matter of stronger and weaker. As I said earlier also, that if you are in alliance, there are different family members that grows, that ages, things like that. So we are completely happy and satisfied, and we came to this conclusion after several rounds of, conversation, discussions, deliberations with senior leadership of all the alliance partners. So of course we are happy.
Rajdeep?
Okay, you're happy. We'll wait and see. As I said, der hai, andher nahi hai. We will wait and see how this maha mess of Bihar evolves. Thank you all very much to my guests.